turn it on, and then turn it off, turn it on, and then turn it off. Do you see what happens when I turn it off? It's supernatural for the elbows to go out, and then people come down to the mat for like a cobra position in this wretched position. Hey guys, this is Denise, and this is a new series called Drill of the Week. If you're familiar with my pose of the week, this is Drill of the Week. And these are little drills that I inject into my yoga practices that I teach for my students and my own practice as well. And the intention of these drills is to actually teach movement skills that are transferable throughout the practice and other activities that we do in our life. And the reason I think this is so important is I think we can use the yoga practice to kind of get away from a sort of performance-based practice and actually make it a skillful movement practice. And by that I mean we're learning skills in our practice on the mat that we use in our daily life. You know, when we're picking up groceries, when we're carrying our children around, you know, if we play other sports or even just hiking or whatever we do in our day-to-day life. This is going to improve the way we use our body, and we're learning these skills on our mat. And to learn these skills takes drills. So I'm going to show you a very, very important drill. This is also going to help you understand the concept of progressive overload, all right, which is not something we talk about a lot in yoga, but this is how we incrementally increase a challenge so that the body adapts by getting stronger and better. So we eventually develop this range of control, which is quite different than mere flexibility. All right, so this particular drill teaches our students how to organize and activate their shoulders for, you know, the kind of postures we do in sun salutations. So around the beginning of the class, you might do some other warm-up things first, but before you start sun salutations, this little drill is a great thing to include. So we're going to plant our palms down under our shoulders and energize as though we're trying to dial our hands away from each other. Okay, they're not going to go anywhere, we're planting them, but we energize as though we're dialing them away. And this creates this spiral of energy and muscular activation through the whole arm into the shoulder and into the core of the body. So that's how we begin. So it's just a mere turning off and on. So I'll turn it on and then turn it off, turn it on and then turn it off. Do you see what happens when I turn it off? It's supernatural for the elbows to go out, and then people come down to the mat for like a cobra position in this wretched position. So what we want to do is turn it on, and now what happens when I bend my elbows? You'll probably notice right away that feels really stable and strong. Now, can I go into more of a cobra pose like that? So the tunnel is all about, can I hold on to that activation, straighten my hips a bit, send my heart forward, and keep going. I'm dialing my hands away from each other. Notice it automatically brings my arms toward my body. And now what about if I come up into little cobra position? I'm still dialing my hands away from each other. Let me show you what would happen, and you've seen this all the time in your class probably. As people come forward without activation, they'll more likely look like they're coming down like this. And then, try it yourself, if you try to push up from that position, it's going to look like this. How often do we see that? So what we want to teach our students, it's our responsibility as teachers to teach them something useful, is to stay organized and activated, send the heart forward, keep dialing the hands away from each other. Notice I'm not giving alignment cues, I'm giving activation cues. Then as I dial my hands away from each other and press up, my shoulders are in a stable position, my shoulder girdle isn't up around my ears, and I feel really stable and in control. Next part of the tunnel here is, can I maintain that activation, lift my belly and hips up and back and take it into child's pose. So then the drill begins to be moving from table, dialing hands away from each other, coming to my belly, rising to little cobra, maintain my activation as I move through to child's pose. So, you know, it's very, very important to do something like this, a new movement skill, without a whole bunch of load. So right now, wouldn't be a good idea for me to be trying to do this like chaturanga. You'll see what I do with a chaturanga tunnel, but this is my beginner tunnel. So I'm going very slow to show you, but you could do this with one breath per movement. So you could inhale, come to the mat as you exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, heart forward, exhale, lower, inhale, lift, exhale, pressing back. Dialing the hands away from each other the whole time keeps my shoulders organized. Shoulders are going to be happier, less chance of any impingement happening at the shoulder, which can happen when we get into this position. Okay, so when you dial it out, chunk right into a good stable position. So this is not about alignment rules, it's about efficiency. You want to use your joints in these more efficient positions you can stabilize so that that movement doesn't eventually degrade into some kind of injury or discomfort or chronic inflammation or something like that. Okay, lots and lots of our students struggle with this, so pair it right back to this very, very basic tunnel, and I know they're going to start feeling the difference. Shoulders will be happier, they'll feel in control of their movement, and then the potential is there for progress. All right, hope you enjoy these drills. I've got a whole bunch of them for you. They're gonna carry on all summer long. Thank you so much for being here, and if you have comments or questions or requests, put it below. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great summer. Bye for now.